Good morning and welcome back to the Angry Poolman channel, where we learn how to treat our pool and our pool man. Okay, we're here at Fancy Pants. I'm going to be here, it's like 6:30 in the morning. I'm going to be real quick. So we've lost some tiles around here, the little glass iridescent tiles. So we've lost them around here. What I did yesterday is I lowered the level of the spa, and we want to keep our the level is right there at the plaster, right? So we needed to dry out the tile so we can replace it, but we don't want to dry out the plaster. So the tile guys are going to be here this morning, and this gate is not locked. Why is that? That's no good. All right, so the tile guys are going to be here this morning to do the repair. So what we're going to do is we're going to lower the spa all the way to the as far as it'll go, completely drain the spa all the way to the footwell. And you'll excuse me that I'm not looking at the camera right now because this is where I fell the other day, so I don't want to repeat that. Okay, so what we got right here is our main pool pump here, and if you notice, the actuator is pointed towards the spa because we've been reducing from the spa, right? We've been sucking from the spa, and I turned the power to the pump off so I didn't have to worry about anything. Our easy touch is in service mode, so I'm just gonna wait for the pump to wake up. Okay, she awake, and I'm gonna just run her real quick at 3450. Okay, so sucking at 3450 from the spa. So let's go. I'll see you back up top. I don't need to fall again. Absolutely, your interior finish looks super good. You have that joint smells tremendous. Okay, so we're here at our second infinity pool on Friday, and yeah, it is drained. So yeah, this is what it looks like when your pool is about to have an acid wash. So the guys will be here real soon. I'm sure they would not like to see the pool guy at a pool. Now I'm not really sure what's going on with the spa, but they can just put that evacuation pump in here, and you know, that'll be done in 45 minutes, maybe 20. I don't know how many gallons per minute that pump is. But, you know, we're just making the rounds this morning in our neighborhood, and there's so much going on. Okay, just making like repair rounds today. This is a visit to Spool XL, and we've had a leak here at our True Clear salt cell system. Gee, anyway, only had 4 cups of coffee today. And despite my slathering it on with PVC pipe and pretty much everything I can throw at it, it's still leaking. So what I have done is made a suggestion, a cheap suggestion here for, I don't know what this was, 65 bucks on Amazon. This is called a winterizing cap here. So it's basically just the same thing. And so I'm going to take this whole rig. I mean, we're here in winter, so our chlorination needs are not all that great, and I can certainly subsidize it with liquid, no problem. But in the meantime, I can take this whole rig off, right? Cable and everything, unhook it right here from the power supply, and then I can take it home to my bench in my garage, and then I can kind of work on it and see if I can actually use this to replace it. I don't think I can, but in the meantime, at least the pool can run in a proper manner, run 9 to 4 every day. Okay, so we put our winterizing cap in place, and yes, looks very handsome. But you know, just like anything Jandy, like pump related, there's that little like you get it shut, and then there's that little extra that you go right? And that's exactly what happened. So I have my channel locks here and all my, you know, medieval tools, and didn't need any of them because I just went and that's all it took, right? So this is now bone dry the way it should be. So now I can take the salt cell back to my garage, bench, whatever, and start over and get this thing cleaned off. Maybe you have to call the rep and see if we can get some help there. I don't want to buy a new one. They're 500 bucks. Let's move on. Okay, we are here going backwards on our route today. It's Wednesday, of course, and that means that we are here at our newest account, which one of our viewers, and I'm sorry I forgot your name, but has named it Tiny Tim. I think that that is absolutely appropriate, and you take a look at one of the towhead kids that live here. Tiny Tim is absolutely perfect. I love it. So here's what we're going to do to provide value as long as we can. I have a Ryobi electric leaf blower. I hate leaf blowers, but if they can do some good, I'm into using them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk the little catwalk. That's right, I'll walk the catwalk, and I'll blow those leaves back into the trough here, the leaf trough, right? As it were. And that way I'm going to provide the maximum amount of value. So this customer, although, you know, everyone gets a good price here, trust me, I'm always undercharging people. I want to make sure that they're getting value for money, or they feel that they're getting value for money as well. In that, if I'm here for 5 minutes, I can still do my job, but these first-time pool owners might be going like, hey, this is not really a very good deal. So even though it is a good deal, I'm going to up the ante, and I'm going to raise the level of the quality of service that we should provide those who we serve. So I'm going to make sure that I clean this off with my leaf blower. I'll come right back. Okay. Actually, that worked pretty dang good. I'm actually kind of pleased with myself on that one. Okay, I feel wonderful about this. I love Tiny Tim. That sounds weird out of context. But here we are. So we're back at the equipment. I love this fence that's around here. So yeah, we're gonna put our very depleted Pool RX. See, I saved this from another pool. Just drop this in here. But okay, so we have an egg timer here. We're in service mode. Here, let me just press that here. And then we have let me make sure that we have an egg timer. Yeah, so 9 to 4 and a 1 hour egg timer. So that will fire up here momentarily. And we're here at 20% on our cell. Now, what is that? That's an IC40. I never mind overkill, but an IC40 is made for a 40,000 gallon pool. They probably should have added an IC20. Hey, COVID, you know, we got what we got. So the point is that that's never a bad idea to overbuild your pool. But that being said, look at this tab. Okay, we have a surplus of chlorine, a high pH, alkalinity, and cyanuric are good. Now cyanuric's kind of high, bordering on high, but we're not adding any tabs. We're sanitizing completely by our salt cell here. Anyway, I feel really good about this. This water just looks awesome. It should, it's brand new. Our Pentair Rebel is keeping the floor clean, and we're cleaned up, chemmed up. We can move on. Okay, we are at, I don't even know what stop it is because we're going backwards, but we are definitely at Gary's pool. So yeah, and I am just loving, like I've said before, never live in the past, but we are back in the Renaissance, the good old days, as it were, of Gary's pool, and I'm loving it. So we're cleaned up and chemmed up. We had the 2 on the chlorine. Pentair Rebel is doing an awesome job. I feel really good. You know, of course, we were the ones who replumbed this pool, so no wonder it works so damn good. Let's move on. Okay, here at the swim up bar, things are looking good, but you know, I don't like to film and complain, right? I've talked about that before. So when I got here, pool's completely filled with leaves, all these leaves that will soon be in my pool, but that's okay, no big deal. However, when we were here last week, and we've had some more winds this week, things are kind of drying out, humidity is getting low. But look at this guy, look at him. That I don't see very often out of Pentair Rebels. He probably realizes he's going to get replaced by a Zodiac MX6. He just doesn't know it yet. Yeah. Okay, so all right, well, I'm gonna have to turn him down 50 RPM so he won't do that. But either way, so yeah, when the Zodiac MX6 was here, there was a ton of leaves in the leaf canister saying that it had been picking it up, right? But once again, here there's a bunch of leaves here too, but it was dead on my arrival here today. Anyway, we have like a 2 on the chlorine, and the pH is indicating no one's swimming. So yeah, he just sucked a big old gulp of air. We've lost prime in our pool, but this is a purely temporary thing. You didn't notice I'm not worried about it. Why? Because the equipment is below grade, right? Whoops, I'm almost tripping over my pole. Something I used to do often in college. But my point is that, yeah, so look, yeah, pump gets primed again. So, but I am gonna lower it by 50 RPM, so that won't happen. Anyway, we're cleaned up and chemmed up. We can move on. Okay, we have reached Maggie the Boxer's pool, and things are looking really good, but the only one trouble spot I have every week is just the lightest and lightest and lightest of really almost imperceptible algae. But yeah, I have to brush this whole wall every week. Now, I brush every wall, but when I brush this wall, I actually get some algae off of it. And that's slightly disconcerting for me because there's no algae anywhere else in the pool. So that's fine. My shoulders are big enough to deal with Maggie the Boxer or anything she can dish out, or her owner, or anybody. So yeah, I don't know. Maggie, are you the one causing that light algae over there? Yeah, I don't know. And I don't really care. I just love you. And we can move on. Okay, so we have reached the Beachside Beauty, and it goes to show that going backwards is actually quite beneficial from time to time. It allows me to be here at times where, you know, I'm not. I never get to see the spillway program, which is running right now, which is the first thing that happens. It's like 9:30 right now, and yeah, it's just purging all of that nasty water, whatever happened last night. That's all being evacuated, or at least most of it, into the pool, where anyway, everything is looking really good here. I mean, these, whatever they are, privet, like this whole hedge that the homeowner is growing high here, it's really looking good. And most of everything has shed, like these stupid white flowers that I absolutely hate. They have finally, they've done their deal, and they're good for at least another couple of months. So yeah, I'm gonna brush. Let's take our chems first. Okay, and like I've said before, I wish they could all be California girls. This is like a 1.5 or a 2. Absolute perfect 7.6. Alkalinity is good, and cyanuric is actually right in the perfect ideal range. It's not high and it's not very high. Now, that being said, somebody was getting high. God bless America. Anyway, so this pool is just almost takes care of itself. Sometimes I actually feel guilty for accepting the money. No, I never do. Actually, I really feel good about the value that I provide each family that I serve. I'll come back when I'm done. Okay, I feel good about this. Yeah, we're purging that nasty spa water from last night, and yeah, the pool's looking awesome. We're cleaned up and chemmed up, and we can move on. Okay, here at the last stop of the day, the Chancla. And in our bizarro world of today, we are backwards. So yeah, but the water looks pretty good. We have some pollen and whatever, little organic dust on the surface of the pool. No worries. One of the things that does bother me though, because I've really endeavored to make sure it doesn't happen, is this. The Aquanaut 400 here is just completely useless. So nobody's fault except the Aquanaut 400. And the point is that, you know, he's just ineffective. So, and I have a floater floating him high there, but I'll move that up on the hose and maybe that'll preclude him from doing that. But otherwise, we have a really good looking pool here. Give me a second here and I'll show you our chemicals. So once again, our overnight lows are like in the high 40s. So that's absolutely plenty of chlorine. I don't know what's in that floater there, but I'm thinking that we probably, I don't want to let this ride, but maybe we'll just replace that tab. No, we can't do that because cyanuric is creeping up. So maybe we'll add like 1/3 of the gallon just to get the chlorine up for the day and the week. Okay, I feel good about this, but I'm slightly pissed off because our Hayward Aquanaut 400 is laying down on the job too much. So one of the things that I will really stress is the floaters on the hose, right? So we have one like almost mid-span on the entire hose, but the other one was like all the way up on the first link. And I do that so I'm floating the first link so it can go in, you know, our lowest common denominator, as it were, is the shallow end, right? So I want him to be upright in the shallow end. And look what he did. He just flopped over again. I really don't know what to do. The angles and aspect on that particular seat over there, there's a little seat cut out, and that just absolutely makes him flip upside down. So my first inclination is to put the my Zodiac MX6 loaner in here. That being said, I get the feeling that the customer's probably not interested in purchasing another cleaner. You know, we just replaced the wheels on this thing. I'm sure he wants to get some more mileage. So I think the best thing for me to do is get another hose floater. But what I am going to do in the meantime, I'm going to put that floater over closer towards him. I don't know what else to do, but I'll tell you what, this pool is staying really clean almost all by itself. I just kind of help the water. Guys, if you got anything out of this, give me a like, subscribe if you haven't done so, and comment if you got something to say. I'm the original swimming pool fiduciary working for you guys out here in the field. I'm the Angry Pool Man. Guys, be excellent to each other, and I'll see you on the next video.